Welcome to the Self-Love Embodiment Journey. I'm Charlotte. I'm a somatic therapist, and in my work, I focus on supporting mothers to heal their relationship with themselves so that they can live and mother from an embodied place of authenticity and self-connection. I created this journey because coming into somatic work, one of the most significant things that I realized after being on a long healing journey myself was that things like affirmations or even knowing how to speak kindly to ourselves can only take us so far, because often when things are in our mind, it's not always resonated in our body. And for a long while, I experimented with sitting with this feeling, this embodied feeling of I am enough. And I noticed how significantly it shifted things in my own experience of living, sitting and holding space for clients, being a mother, really having this embodied belief that I am enough, which is so different from just telling myself I am enough. And so I really wanted to create these embodiment practices to support you to have a similar experience where you're able to embody these experiences of worth, of enough, of acceptance. But not only that, these audio practices are intended to take you on a therapeutic journey. So they're also intended to support you to meet parts of yourself that perhaps are non-believing, or the parts that are blocking you from receiving love or feeling that sense of self-love, self-connection, and self-acceptance. And so this really is a journey. I have no idea where it's going to take you personally. We all have such different experiences that we're living with. But with that in mind, I did want to do a bit of housekeeping and just talk about how you can really take care of yourself through this journey, because that's really important to me. And I really believe that the more we're able to take care of ourselves, the more we are just slowly healing our relationship with ourselves. You might find these practices to be enlightening, insightful. You might also find they stir things up and sometimes are uncomfortable. So if you meet some discomfort, my best suggestion is to recognize that as the experience that you're supposed to have and not try and move away, ground yourself away from the experience. You might find it helpful to do something like focusing on your breath, but really the most helpful thing you can do is notice your experience of discomfort or resistance that shows up for you, and just notice exactly through sensation how that shows up for you. If you're quite new to somatic work and you are not used to listening to your body and perhaps need some support to feel more attuned to how your body speaks to you, I'd really recommend that you spend a couple of weeks before you engage in this program listening to my recenter and reconnect practice, which is going to support you with your interoception, which is your capacity to be able to listen to your body. So I've included that in the pack here, so you can do that first, and that's going to really support you on your journey through the self-love program. If at any point you find yourself in a position where one of the audios is quite activating for you, and you find yourself sitting with some discomfort or some feeling that you really cannot sit with, I don't want you to push through. I want you to take yourself out of the practice. I want you to take care of yourself by giving yourself a hug or some touch. You can touch your face, take a look around your environment, remind yourself of where you are, and you can come back to it later. You will have a different experience later, because we always are different people when we come to these practices. And on some days, we just don't have the capacity to be able to cope with what comes up, and other days we do. Speaking of capacity, these audios are therapeutic journeys. I would really suggest that you come to them when you are feeling somewhat energized and somewhat resourced, that you have energy to come to them. Because if you're feeling super depleted and you're looking for something that's going to soothe your nervous system and support you, these practices actually are not that. I'd recommend that you go and find something else for that. The listening practice can be really helpful in that instance, or you might have another audio or meditation that you like to listen to, but actually these self-love practices are not intended to be self-soothing practices. They are therapeutic journeys. The supporting questions are going to support you to deepen your experience, so I'd really suggest you engage with them. You can sit and reflect with them. You can do some writing around them, whatever feels good for you. Typically, I've found the mothers that I've worked with who have done this program before have found that when they've done it subsequent times, they've had very different experience and they felt a deeper embodied experience. And so I would suggest that this is a program that you do come back to and you do repeat. If you have any questions along the way, you can reach out to me on Instagram or via email, and I'll leave the details in the pack for you. I really hope that you enjoy this journey and it offers you something to deepen your relationship with yourself and deepen your sense of love within yourself. I wish you well on your journey and look forward to hearing how it goes for you.